Okay, I believe I fixed it now. Okay. Can you hear me cool, Ben? That's what I was about to put these bad boys on for, so I can actually hear. Hello. Okay. So the Yeti is now on there. Okay, awesome, good. So apparently when I switched over my plugged back my microphone, it wasn't set to the proper one. Okay, let's see. So that probably means you can't hear the music either. So I need to set that to should be good now. Okay. Whew. Here's a Stumpy Wumpy Wampus Woo. Markiplier did say that once, didn't he? Okay. Okay, let's see. Do we want to try and get started here, Cool Ben, or should we wait a little longer to see if anyone else joins in the fun? Move my key. Give it like 2 minutes. Sounds good. That Furby-esque game that you recommended did look a bit freaky. I haven't bought it yet, but I did take a look at the game. Are you a big horror game fan, Cool Ben? You seem to always like to recommend me horror games. Stop playing with my phone case now. I keep up on them somewhat. If anyone recommends a good one, or if there's like a well-known one like Resident Evil or Outlast, I'll definitely take a glance at it, because I like me a good amount of horror. Oh man, my lips are jacked. Okay. specifically usually keep up with the indie horror landscape. But when it feels like every indie horror game is trying to be the next Five Nights at Freddy's, it's not always easy to find stuff. Yeah, that game really did take off, so it makes sense that a lot of people got inspiration from it. Okay. Shall we get started? I don't know if I paid much attention to what the little cartoons on the corner there look like. But it kind of looks like Sayori's a lot happier than the other two. Does that mean that Sayori's in the lead, or is it just coincidence that Sayori's the happy one? So that's why it appears to look like that. I hold a great deal of respect for the Freddy series. It was very influential on the internet. It would be very different without it. Yeah, I do have to say that I was... Let's see. Okay. It's just coincidence. 'Cause, like, I know those two are much, much higher than... What's her name? Okay. Okay. Parfait. Treasure. I like passion. Remember, I didn't cheat because I never even ended up saving it when I got the wrong one last time. You guys called me a cheater. Graveyard, that's a little freaky. She's imagination, huh? Okay, let's see. Happiness, yeah, that sounds good. Who doesn't like a little happiness in their little poems? Nibble. Oh gosh, I didn't mean shame, but I'm glad it made her jump. Dazzle. Childhood. Heart. Sunset. Shiny. Rose. Okay. Why, hello there, little bighorn. So, I pointed out, I'm not sure if you were here when I first started selecting, but I did not save any of the progress. So remember how you guys called me a cheater for loading back up before when I messed up, in quotes, my answer and then got Sayori 1. But we still started on number 1. So I'm not a cheater. But our poem is going to make Sayori quite happy. And that's my goal, is to make Sayori a happy, happy girl with my poems. So I don't remember how many more poems we're going to write before having to do the festival. Is that what it was? A festival, some sort of thing where we're going to be reading them out loud. Oh man, I'm the last one here again? Don't worry, I just walked in too. You're practicing piano again? Yeah! You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano. Well, maybe not determination. It is very important to keep Sayori happy because she's definitely my favorite so far. So you might as well go for the one that's speaking out to you. But I got passion. Remember, the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival too. Oh, I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Weren't you complaining about just yesterday, Natsuki? Yeah, I'm not talking about our part of the festival. But it's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? Squid? Yeah, it's called calamari. That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? Of all people? I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? And a lot of good has come from Freddy's. I'd be lying. I said that wasn't true. Especially with some of the fan content. There's a particular fan game that I'd recommend to anyone in a heartbeat. Yeah, there is an insane amount of different Friday Night Freddy type things. I've seen a lot of people play some custom ones too. Because it's right in your name. Monica. What? That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as yours or Sayori's anyway. Excuse me. There we go. Where's Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Monica showing emotions. Yeah, I know, it only took her, what, three poems in? Sayori is sitting at a desk in the corner of the room looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori. I wave my hand in front of her face. Eh? You're spacing out again? Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Huh? Is everything all right? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Jeez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayori shows me a big smile. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Well, alright. If you say so. I worriedly glance at Sayori before turning back toward everyone else, but the conversation is already dispersed with everyone back in the very usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approach Monica, who is shuffling through some papers at her desk. Jidid, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything about Sayori recently? Anything up with her? What's up, Simon Barrels? Hopefully I can get through a little more today than what I did last time, but we'll see. If you guys are all chatty in the chat, I'll get chatty with the chat too. You know how it goes. In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into a little too much, but she seems to be a bit downcast today. Oh, I'm excited for this very amazing and peaceful game as well. And in no ways will give me nightmares tonight. Because my goal is to finish at least this playthrough tonight. Am I about halfway, give or take, with it? Because I know I was playing it really slow last time. And I got about 3 hours into the game. More or less. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Oh, no. Don't be quiet. That's no fun when the chat's quiet. That was a funny mini conversation. I'd say you are a third of the way through. Okay. Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there is something on her mind, but I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, G-Dude. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, she's never really been like this. She always talked to me about things that bothered her. But this time when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. Well, not to distract you, but the chat box looks broken. What? Oh, God. Okay. Does it look prettier again? Okay, I think I fixed it. It's not updating. That's certainly not fun. It's not updating. I'm just clicking all of the things. Twitch alert. I know, right? Isn't Samus just the coolest? Well, I will say the chat shows up on YouTube as a separate box, so it's not a huge issue if you can't get it to work. I know, but it just looks much more pleasing. So you can imagine how much I really want them to actually give me some sort of information about the game during E3 this year. Let's just look at Samus one more time. Oh my god. Yeah. There she is in her all of her beauty. Why do I care? Cyberpunk is 50 or 20% off, huh? All widgets. Chat box. Copy. Okay, let's see. Chat. Paste. Maybe, possibly. Did it work? Okay. Why is it not updating? Oh, wow. So need to play 2 and 3, so I guess I have time to wait for the new Metroid comes. Yeah, I'm still in the... I'm near the end of the second one, and then I have to still play the third one, but... You know. I feel like if I actually hear something about it, it'll encourage me to play it more. Well, at the moment, I cannot figure out why the chat isn't updating. Oh well. It's important to me too. So I'll just kind of move on, and hopefully one of the dudes will log on and can help at least tell me how to fix it. I don't know why it all of a sudden would freeze like that. It's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her, and I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just has a hard time bringing it up with the person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, G-Dude. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Is he that dumb? Ugh. Oh my lord. Okay. What? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know? Huh? Okay, well I'm glad you are in the same wavelength as me and wanting to just get the story. She's been so much happier ever since you've joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? Is he this thick? Like, really? No way. Sayori is always like that. She always has been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it always has been. You're so funny, Dude. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful because that's how she is when she's around you? I said too much. I'm sorry, what did I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should forget about what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. Alright. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she's starting to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk, and walks across the room to Sayori sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her. She's keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear her from here. It all came back. Okay, so the chat box is working again? Is that what we're saying? I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else, but that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Chat. Well, I'm glad that the chat box seems to be working again. But it's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her? That I'm letting this weigh me down so much. We love her! Why don't we know our feelings? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary, but there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. The chat box is haunted. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out the club room. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems, and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica, and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. He's an ass, I'm convinced. Okay, as per usual, work down the line. Let's hope Sayori is in a good mood, because I wrote you. I tried. I was thinking of you during this poem. You and your pretty blue eyes. This is your best one so far. It's really, really nice, G-Dude. Thanks. Sayori, you've been a little quiet today. Is everything alright? Of course. Everything is fine. Maybe I'm just a little tired today. Do you want to nap or something? Whoa, 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 whoa. He is a fellow member of the dudes, okay? No one's douchey. It's just less liked than others, you know? No, that's silly. Don't worry about me, okay? I only want to see smiles on your face. Well, alright. Hey, G-Dude. I'm still a little surprised. I really thought that you would try writing your poems like the way Yuri does. Or even Natsuki. But in the end... Yeah, I guess you're the one who likes this one the most. Why? You don't want to get closer with everyone else? Wait, of course I do. But that doesn't mean I need to try so hard to impress them. I still understand you the most, Sayori. I know you have to sometimes put up with me. And I have to sometimes put up with you. But we have a wavelength or something. And this is how the poem came out. Sometimes it feels like you're the only exciting thing in my life. Okay, I feel what he's saying. This is good. Of course he's a member of the G Dude. He's a G Dude. He's literally like the G Dude. You know, technically. Name-wise, anyway. Hey. Just because he's kind of, yeah. Yeah, right? This is good. I'm liking it. So sometimes it's just easier to write when thinking about you. Sayori? No. G-Dude, I don't deserve this. Oh, yes you do. You're too nice to me. Why are you doing this? Sayori has trouble keeping her voice steady all of a sudden. If you had fun with everyone else instead, this would be so much easier. Sayori? I glance around the room to make sure nobody has noticed this. Sayori, I've probably never said this before, but I don't understand what you're feeling right now. Tell me what will cheer you up. Sayori shakes her head. I don't like where this is going. She sniffles and keeps shaking her head. Finally, she gathers herself and puts on a smile. It's nothing, G-Dude. It's just a little rain cloud. I'm sorry you had to see that. Haha. I promise it won't happen again. Just smiles from everyone, okay? That's all that matters. Go play with everyone else. I'm gonna go home a little bit early today. Sayori? Tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom humming to herself. But why? Why? What's wrong with Sayori? This one's alright. Alright? Well, yeah. About as good as yesterday's anyway. I see what you're going for, but it's just not really my style. I mean, that's fine. I'm mostly just glad that you're trying a little bit. Well, of course I'm at least trying. I'm trying. I trust me. If there was a fourth button that said, get the hell out of here and go give her a hug, I would have. Because Sayori is bae. Well, of course I'm at least trying. Why are you so emotionally invested in my poems anyway? Isn't that more of a compliment to me? No, gross. It's not like I care. It's just the one of us in this club has to make sure you're not slacking off. Really? Well, what if you ended up just scaring me away? That's, it's not like you would actually do that. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of fun to hang out here, even if I have to put up with you. Actually, it's kind of fun, even though I have to put up with you. Natsuki elbow connects with my stomach. Oh, maybe I won't mind scaring you away after all. I was just joking. Oh, I know. Don't worry. I was too. How the hell do you call that a joke? That seriously hurt. Well, maybe it was funny to her. I guess that's kind of the point. Hey, girls hit to flirt all the time, okay? I should really just wash my mouth around Natsuki. Anyway, Natsuki holds her poem out to me like nothing even happened. Oh, that's right, we didn't even get to read Sayori's poem. What the heck? I'll be your breach. Your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminished your wonder over the years. But today, I have a special place, a beach for us to go. A shore reaching beyond your sight, a sea that sparkles with brilliant light. The walls in your mind will melt away before the sunny glow. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought you had left long ago. Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand, bathe in sunbeams and hold my hand. Wash your insecurities in the salty sea, and let me see you shine. Let's leave your memories in a footprint trail. Set you free in my windy sail. And remember the reasons you're wonderful when you press your lips to mine. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought you had left long ago. I think I already read this. But if you led your side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll learn to love yourself again. Okay, let's see. These poems are so extra. They are. They really are extra. But hey, that's the part of the fun. There we go.
Yeah, I felt like I kept writing about negative things, so I wanted to write something with a nice message for once. Besides, the beach is awesome. Kinda hard to write anything negative about the beach.
I mean, she does have a point. Beaches are pretty awesome. So you decided to write about the beach first, and then came up with the message later?
Yeah, well, it's only because of what happened yesterday. I mean, after Yuri and I realized we kind of wrote about the same thing, she wanted to pick a topic and have us both write about it or whatever. Ugh, you can really see her doing that too. Making us write about a simple topic, then trying to impress me by coming up with something all fancy. Well, it's not like I care. I just did it anyway. I mean, I guess mine ended up being kind of metaphorical too. But there's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. At the very least, it was good practice.
Okay, Yuri. Yuri doesn't look too enthusiastic about spending time with me. I guess if she changes her mind, she'll come to me. But I should leave her be for now. Wow. I really pissed her off, huh? Hey, G-Dude, have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. I let Monica take the poem I'm holding in my hands. That's kind of funny. How so? No, not the poem. I mean, it's funny how your poems and Sayori's poems have been getting more and more similar to each other every day. I'm surprised you're so in sync with her. Then again, you've been spending a lot of time together lately, haven't you? I guess you could say that. Although we kind of grew up as best friends, I haven't been seeing as much of her in the past year. But since I joined the club, we've been spending a lot of time together again. I see. Oh my gosh. There we go. That reminds me about how Sayori been a little bit off today. Yeah, did she tell you something? Well, Jada, you haven't been flirting with her, have you? I have been all flirt. I'm not gonna lie. I've been trying my best to. Of course not. Oh, you're dumb. I've been treating her like I always do. Alright, just making sure. I know how much you care about her. It would be terrible if something bad happened to her, so keep an eye on her. Sayori has been acting so much happier ever since you joined the club. What could have happened all of a sudden? Well, never mind. This really isn't the time to be talking about this. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Alright? The lady who knows everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather, lost adrift the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day, I search with a little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky, until one day the wind ceases to blow. I fall, and I fall, and fall, and fall even more, gentle as a feather, a dry quill, expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end in her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. Or if any students use these poems for a writing class, right? I mean, might as well, you know? There's no rule saying we can't also use it for class. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sort of things that give life meaning. Oh, I'm sure it does, Buttercup. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put much thought into it. In a way, it's almost a paradoxical. Because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Are you surprised? Actually, yeah, that is a bit weird. I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? I can talk about sunshines and rainbows a lot. Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you'd know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? Yeah, that! Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good, or okay, or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it, and the things you can work on. It's like so much encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, you three. we're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out?
Hold on a second. Is it just me, or did you say something strange just now?
Huh? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase.
Jeez, why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it.
Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. In your books, maybe. Look, the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here. No, it seems you're right. Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around.
Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she just went to pee.
Natsuki! Natsuki, please show some decency.
Oh, come on.
She actually wasn't feeling too well and went home early. Is that so? I hope she's alright.
Seriously? Of all the times to not go home with her, you picked the time she's not feeling well? So much for you being all lovey-dovey.
No. First of all, time misunderstanding. Oh my goodness. What is going on? Let's see. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it. Oh, that curious expression coming from Yuri of all people? Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier and everything is fine. What did she say? Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations. So let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend.
I already know what I'm doing.
That's right! Natsuki will be making cupcakes. But we might need a lot of them in different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki?
Challenge accepted.
And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me design them. And as for Yuri, you can, guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? I'm useless. No, that's not it at all. You're the most talented person here, you know? Now Natsuki is pouting too? Jeez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit, but I can tell things are even harder on you when she's not around. That may be the case, but if I can't also be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. Oy, oy, oy. Okay. So Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know? So you should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. Hey, Lady Luna B, how's it going? About that, I love atmosphere. Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at her desk in focus and starts nodding to herself. Your mind is already racing, I see. That's great! You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, G-Dude. The one who is truly useless. Don't say that! In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It would probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You could always help me out as well. I would be really appreciative of that. Is Monica suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members? How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that? I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help.
Oh, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I could give you to do. Or give to you.
Oh my goodness. Hopefully you can end up beating this. I want to see what girl you end up dating. How's your night going? It's going pretty good. I had someone come in today to fix my washer, so they at least got the stuff that I had in there escaped. But I need to wait another week until they get the right part to finish it. So I figured, hey, I'm just gonna stream because Pat said that he's in his like hell week of work this week, and I didn't want him to feel overwhelmed and trying to have to stream for everyone too, because he's probably pretty tired after work.
It's not like Monica's going to give me a choice, and you shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway.
Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle the baking on your own. G-Dude may not like to be around if you only make him out to be a nuisance. So therefore, he may be more suited to assisting with the decorations.
Hold on, I never said that.
These guys are so interesting because they're like, I don't want anything to do with you, but also choose me. Can I choose Sayori? Because she seems like she needs a lot of help right now.
How hard can it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like you're just making excuses for G-Dude too.
What are you saying? It will be extremely meticulous work.
And baking isn't. Just what do you think?
Guys, let's settle down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to Judo to decide how he'd like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really gotten the chance to spend any time with me yet, you know? So I'm sure he's interested in...
You literally just said...
I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I was just saying though.
Jeez, can we just settle this already?
Yeah, G-Dude, you're okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you. Of course. Very well. In that case, everyone looked straight at me. Oh, I can't choose Sayori. Whew. Okay, wow. That was a close one, ladies and gents. I know, right? They do not. Okay, so Lady Lunabeat, you missed it. Sayori has been a little upset today, and I'm concerned about her. I mean, if it's going to be anyone, then I prefer helping Sayori, because she's hot. I mean, we're already neighbors, but Monica said...
Monica said that Sayori was helping her. Jeez, do you really hate us that much?
No. Sorry, I didn't mean for this to be this difficult. Damn it! Okay. Who do I choose? Monica or Yuri? I'll let you guys decide. We're not doing Natsuki. Nuh-uh. Nope. Okay. First suggestion I see, I'm picking it. Oh my gosh. I can't believe... Monica? Okay. Well, I guess I should probably be helping Monica. Yay! You picked me.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Monica, you're the one who needs the least help out of all of us.
But... I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work already most suitable for one person, but you already have Sayori as well. Oh gosh. You know what, Lady Lunabeat? I don't need your fake attitude here, okay? At least Yuri's like shy and cute about being, not talkative to me. Natsuki is straight up just being a bitch to me. Oh my gosh. But G-Dude was the one. But J-Dude was the one who,
That doesn't matter. You were the one who scared him into picking you in the first place. You're the club president, Monica. You're supposed to make responsible decisions for the club.
Monica, you shouldn't let any ulterior motives interfere with this decision. Ulterior motives? What are you saying, Yuri? In fact, it sounds like you guys are the ones with ulterior motives. Hey, this music is beautiful, okay? I'm like in a carnival right now.
Excuse me?
Otherwise, this wouldn't have been made into such a big deal in the first place. That's completely false, Monica.
Yeah. We have a lot of work to do, you know? We won't do as good of a job if you make us work alone.
Maybe that's true.
Think of the
Think of the club, Monica. If we want our event to succeed, then we need to appropriately distribute our resources.
So are you going to do the right thing, President?
Okay. I get it. It's technically most logical, J-Dude, to help one of you two. So, I guess that's what we'll do. I'm terrified that if I pick Yuri, then there's going to be some other BS reason and why we can't do her, because now we're 0 for 2 in our suggestions here. Okay. Well, I'll probably be most useful helping out Yuri. Me.
Are you serious? Why would you?
Natsuki, I can already tell you're about to say something mean.
No. I was just saying,
So, you'll be helping Yuri then, G-Dude? Yeah. If you guys let me. Because you didn't let me do my other 2 decisions. That's what I'm going to do. I'm glad. I have a bad habit of overthinking these sort of things. So I think your assistance will be very useful. That's great to hear. Natsuki, will you be able to handle the baking yourself?
I mean, yeah. I already said I would be fine.
Okay. Yeah, she really does know she's bottom of the totem pole. Because they made me choose every option. Everyone can tell that Natsuki is feeling a little sour. Yeah, it's because you were the last one picked. So is that everything we needed to go over? Yeah, that should be about it. Are you guys excited? Well, excited may not be the right word, but I suppose I'm looking forward to it a little bit. Do you feel the same way, G-Dude? Me? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it'll turn out. That's good enough for me. What about you, Natsuki? Natsuki.
What? Why is everyone yelling at me? I didn't even do anything.
No, that's not what I meant at all. Yuri anxiously glances between everyone in the room. I'm sorry for this. I don't really know why G-Dude picked me. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. And also, your cupcakes are the best cupcakes I've ever had. They go really well with my tea. And nothing that I do for the event will compare to that. So.
I get it. I'm kind of surprised though.
Why?
One, the one acting immature. I already know that, but you're trying to cheer me up all of a sudden.
I know I'm not very good at it. I'm sorry if I said something bad. Natsuki isn't the only one surprised. Monica and I are also taken aback by Yuri's words. When she already has trouble with words, trying to cheer someone up must be far out of her own comfort zone. But I begin to understand. Yuri was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell that she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this, because Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves.
No, I kind of appreciated it, and sorry for making a big deal out of nothing. but I'm gonna say this. You better bet that my cupcakes are going to be the best part of the whole event.
Oh, I believe you. Yeah, I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, something more for today. So I guess it's time for us to head out.
Alright, let's get out of here now.
Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monica and Natsuki out the door so that as they chat between each other. I turn around. Sorry, I realized that I don't have any way of contacting you this weekend. Oh, you're right. I can't believe that slipped my mind. Should I give you my phone number? I think that would be the best way, yes. All right then. 8675309. Yuri and I exchange phone numbers. Okay, then I'll be stopping by your house on Sunday. Huh? My house? Is that a problem? No, not at all. I've just never had girls in my house before. I just thought that I would be the one going to your house since I'm the one helping you. Oh, I suppose that makes sense. But if you don't mind, I think I'd prefer going to your house. All right. In that case, it won't be a problem. I decide not to press Yuri for a reason. It's not like it should matter much either way, so I'll just need to make sure my room is clean. I hope I managed to make myself useful in some way. I'm not nearly as creative as you are. Don't underestimate yourself, G-Dude. I think that we'll make very productive team. Even if you only chose me because you felt bad or something. Wait, you don't actually think that, do you? I don't know. It's difficult to come up with any other reason you may have chosen me. You're forgetting the one reason with the most common sense. Big boobs. I chose to help you because that's what I want to do. But Yuri thinks to herself, an extremely tense expression. I know, right? Why would I really want to work with my third choice? Makes zero sense. You're overthinking this. You're overthinking this. You wanted me to point out when you're overthinking, right? I didn't realize. I'm telling you, I want to. I want this. That's all there is to it. Do you believe me? Gary thinks really hard again. She looks straight into my eyes for a long while. I believe you. As if it took her tremendous effort, Yuri finally says that and relaxes her expression. And I'm really looking forward to Sunday. Yeah, I am too. After that exchange, I make my way out the door and Yuri follows. I can't believe this. Yuri is going to be coming to my house on Sunday, even though I would have preferred to do this with Sayori. My anxiety still shoots through the roof. I guess I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point. But who knows what might end up happening when you're outside of school. She even told me she was looking forward to it. I shook my head. Right? Exactly. I want this, just because I couldn't have the other two girls I wanted. Why do I feel nervous that Sayori finds out about this? It's not like we feel that way about it. Yes, we do feel that way. We do feel that way. Get your head out of your ass, G-Dude. Besides, like Monica said, it's about the club. I have nothing to worry about. If I just go with it, then I'll have a good time. It's already Sunday. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Yuri's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. Yuri is clearly an introvert and also an intimate person in general. There's no doubt that she'll open up a little bit when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, we've been texting occasionally. She was extremely apprehensive at first, but it wasn't long before I was already learning more about her. But putting Yuri aside, I haven't heard a thing from Sayori since she left club early the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between that, what Sayori said and what Monica said, is it really okay for me to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me? No! Go help her! I decided to visit Sayori before Yuri comes over. Thank you. Thank you. Exactly. I did literally reject her twice, but it's okay, because now we're going to Sayori's house, which probably won't sit well with Yuri if it takes too long, but you know, whatever. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door before entering it myself. Again, we used to play so often that we've made it a habit of simply entering each other's houses like we were family. The house is quiet. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's already strange of her not to run down and greet me. I head up to her bedroom where I finally find her. Sayori?
Hi, G-Dude!
I sit down in her room. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us.
You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you?
I guess you're right. It has been a long time. I don't like how sad she is. She's too good for this. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is as messy as it's always been. I also recognize the same stuffed animals and wall decorations that she's had for years now.
If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess.
That's because I end up cleaning it for you.
How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Aren't you supposed to see Yuri today?
Yeah, but... Wait, how did you know that? Sayori had already left by the time we decided that last meeting.
Monica told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preparations, right?
That's true. But what about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monica today?
Of course, but I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan to meet up or anything.
Ah, so it's just me and Yuri then.
Yep.
There's more silence between us. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to that point. I just wanted to see how you were doing. After you left on Friday, when something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So, Sayori smiles, shaking her head.
That's no good, G-Dude.
Huh?
Why can't it just be like it's always been? This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings, if I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have been even thinking about me right now. But this is just my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It just wants to torture me. Eee!
What's going on? Sayori? I grab Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? I feel so bad for her too. Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this. So tell me already. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Sayori gives me an empty smile.
You really put me in a trap, G-Dude, but you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time.
Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori?
You're really just going to make me say it, aren't you, G-Dude? I guess I have no choice this time. The thing is, I've had really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days, I can't even find a reason to get out of bed.
Oh, Sayori, it's okay.
What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy and caring to waste by having them spend it on me? That's what it feels like. And that's why I just want to make everyone happy, without anyone worrying about me.
Oh my gosh, I am not... Ooh, okay. We can do this, we can do this. G-Dude, say something, my guy. I'm in shock. I know! I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me the entire time that I've known her? I mean, it's just like Robin Williams. He was suffering through deep depression. His way of trying to make it better was trying to make other people laugh too. Yeah, no. He is not cut out for this. Did she really want so badly for me to just not think about her? Why, Sayori?
Huh?
Why is it that you've never told me about this? It almost feels like I've been betrayed as your close friend. Because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. Don't say that she's wrong and betrayed you. That's just gonna make her feel worse, you dummy. Even if there's only so much that I could do, I would have tried a little bit harder to make every day a little bit better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me.
You don't understand at all, G-Dude. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have to waste effort caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes, but also feels like a bat being swung against my head. Ah.
My gosh. Right? Yeah, G-Dude's response to this is not very good, but I can really relate to Sayori. Because when I was in high school, I was in a pretty depressive state as well. And I also felt like I was wasting other people's times when they were actually worried about me, so I wore a fake smile. Oh my gosh, this game is hitting harder than I thought it would this quickly.
That's why I wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get closer with everyone in the club, it feels like a spear going through my heart. So that's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt.
You're right that I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori. But I don't need to understand.
You know what?
He's getting a little better. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do.
No, G-Dude. There's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could have helped is if everything could be like it always was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am.
Tears streak down Sayori's face.
I made you join the literature club because I was selfish. I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now you came here, and I made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am. And that's why I'm going to accept these punishments. Because I deserve every last one.
Without thinking, I once again grab Sayori's shoulders. This time, I pull her into a tight embrace.
G-Dude?
Sayori.
I don't care if you feel selfish.
I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. Right? Who is cutting the onions? Oh my gosh. If I make friends with everyone else, then that's just a bonus. But please, never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Gee, dude.
Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her sides. She starts sobbing next to my ear.
No, don't do this to me. Please don't do this. Gee, dude,
Sayori barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but all I want is for her to know that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away. And if there's anything that you need me to do, then you'd better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't.
I don't know.
Gently, Sayori finally puts her arms around me in return.
I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings, G-Dude. The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain. But your hugs are so warm. And that's really scary, too.
Right? I hope... Oh, I just want to make Sayori so happy. She's too nice. Sayori lets me go. And as she does, I let her go as well. The festival is tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun, right?
Yeah.
How would you like for me to spend it all with you? It's what I want. I promise.
I think that would be nice then.
Yeah. Sayori wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. Of all days, this has to be the one where I have other plans. Maybe I should cancel.
No, don't. Please don't. If you did that, then I really wouldn't forgive you.
But it's almost time for Yuri to meet me at my house. At the very least, do you want to come along and help out? It would be fun. To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head.
I'm sorry. I don't know if that would be very good for me today. You understand, right?
It's kind of hard for me to fully understand, but I'm trying my hardest.
It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Alright. I look forward to it. Oh my gosh. Oh, poor Sayori. I say goodbye to Sayori and exit her house. On the way home, I find myself still feeling uneasy. Yeah, no kidding. But it's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Yuri is about to come over, too. I think Sayori is right. I shouldn't be worrying too much, and we're definitely going to have a great time tomorrow. I should focus on what's ahead of me. As I approach my house, I see something that makes me feel a moment of panic. Yuri? Aw, thank goodness. You're a little early. I'm sorry I wasn't home yet. Were you waiting for a long time? No, I just got here, but I started to get really nervous when nobody answered the doorbell. You always could have texted me. If I had known, I would have reassured you and hurried more on my way home. Oh, I suppose that's true. I didn't think of that for some reason. It should be common sense to do that, but I decided to ignore it. Anyway, let's go inside. I see you brought a lot of stuff with you. That's right. Did you manage to find everything I asked you to buy as well? Yeah, pretty much. At least I hope I got everything right. I'm sure it will be fine. I take Yuri to my room. I hope this isn't like all happy and cheery, because like emotionally, I'm not ready for it to be a completely different atmosphere. The first thing she does is glance around curiously, which makes me feel anxious. It's so clean. I cleaned it before you came over, so That's very considerate of you to do. No. I would be really embarrassed for my room to be a mess while you were here. Well, I do enjoy cleaning. I would have gladly helped you clean. That would be even more embarrassing. Wait, don't look in there. I snatched Yuri's wrist, which was in the process of opening a desk drawer of mine. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking for some reason. I was just spacing out. What, is this collection of porn magazines in there? It's fine, it's fine. I let go of Yuri's wrist. She puts both of her hands firmly in her lap as if making sure she's keeping track of them. So, should we get started? Yes. I have a few things planned that you can help with. Decorations and other atmospheric enhancements. Atmospheric enhancements? Right, yeah, you cannot let her see your porn collection. It would, even for her imagination, not be able to handle. You know, mood lighting, aromatherapy candles. Are we making candles? Oh, wow. I didn't know you planned on taking it that far. Of course, I want to help take our guests to a faraway place. Although many will stop by just out of curiosity. And for cupcakes, I guess. I'm determined to provide an experience that will leave them wanting more. That's great! It's easy to forget that you're a pretty intense person. Intense. I guess that's the best way to put it. Is that a bad thing? No, not at all. It's something that I like about you, actually. Is that so? That makes me feel relieved. And kind of happy. Yeah, no need to be so anxious. You can relax a little. Relax. I brought some things for relaxation. I was going to use them during the poetry event. Oh yeah? Like what? Let's see. Here's my lucky dildo. Yuri rummages through her bag. She pulls out a few candles and a wooden cylinder-shaped object. You know what? Might not have been wrong. I did some shopping on the way here, so I happen to have these in my bag. I plan to cover the windows in black paper and use the candles to light the room. I think that'd be amazing, don't you? Yeah, that would be really neat. What's the wooden thing, though? Oh, this. It's a diffuser for essential oils. How familiar are you with aromatherapy? Actually, I am pretty familiar with it. Not familiar at all. Oh, gee, dude. Is that so? It's one of my favorite contributors to a positive atmosphere. Depending on the oils or herbs you choose, you can change the mood of the air itself. You can even let it permeate through your body. Relaxation, positive energy, romance, reflection. It's almost like magic. Yuri takes the cylinder and pushes a switch on the bottom. In just a moment, a thin ray of vapor begins to spout through a small hole on the top. Wow, that smells wonderful. What kind of mood is that one for? This is the jasmine essential oil. It smells like little sweet and flowery, right? Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. I chose jasmine for the event because it provides more than relaxation. Jasmine enhances your emotions and helps you feel them flow through your body. You feel warmer and your heart pounds more heavily. Don't you think that would be perfect for sharing our poems? It does sound suitable, but you seem to know a lot about this, so I'll trust your opinion with anything. Yuri smiles gently, clearly enjoying herself. She again reaches into her bag and pulls out several spools of thin ribbon. What are those for? Well, did you purchase the origami paper I asked you to get? Yeah, I have it over here. We won't be using the paper for folding origami. What I'd like to do is write a different word on each paper. We'll need about 100 of them. Oh yeah? What will those be used for? Well, I'm going to cut pieces of ribbon to hang from the doorway on the classroom. Then we can fasten the paper onto the ribbons to create a doorway curtain. Wouldn't that be beautiful? It would also catch the eye of those passing by the room. It may attract some peek inside. That's really creative. I had no idea you'd be so good at this, Yuri. Is that so? Well, I suppose I do get a little intense, as you'd put it. Yuri giggles with red cheeks. Is it just me, or is she more relaxed than when it's just the two of us? Or maybe it's the excitement she feels from sharing something that she enjoys. Here's a marker, G-Dude. You can write any characters you want. I'll help you once I finish cutting the ribbons. Alright. Sitting on the floor together, the two of us get to work. I carefully draw a different character on each paper, doing my best to manage my bad handwriting. The game really plays with emotion. I know! Right? It really took an interesting turn. And I am curious if I chose to go bake, if we still would have had that conversation, or if we wouldn't have had the time. Or maybe she would have come over to bake everything. I don't know. Yuri unravels a long strand of red ribbon to her desired length. Then she reaches into her bag once more and pulls out a pocket knife. Huh? The knife is strangely beautiful. The silver handle has an intricate pattern of waves etched into it. The blade itself is gently tinted blue. That's no ordinary pocket knife. It looks really fancy. Well, embarrassed, Yuri looks away. What is it? You're going to think it's weird. Yuri, whatever it is, I have no reason to judge. To each their own, you know? If you promise you won't be weirded out. Yeah, I promise. Alright. The thing is, I'm kind of into knives. It's a little interesting. They're just so pretty. So pretty? Knives are pretty. I guess I have a few knives over here, but I can't help it. I don't know what it is. The combination of craftsmanship and feeling of danger, maybe. What am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this. I'm sure there's people who are into weirder things. Of course I won't make fun of the person who's into knives. That would be insane. You're laughing at me. No, I'm not laughing at you. I'm just nervous. Did you know the creator of this game has also made Mario Maker 2 levels? And plays in Smash Bros. Tournaments? No, but I'd be very interested in playing those levels because apparently he has a very interesting mind. Or she. Probably he. No, I'm not laughing at you. It's just funny how nervous you got about sharing. It's an interesting thing to be into, I guess. I mean, it's not like I know anyone else who's into knives, but I think it's kind of suits you. Suits me. Yeah, it's kind of intense. Besides, it's a really cool looking knife. I can't deny that. It is, isn't it? Yuri relaxes her expression once again. That's good. You do not want a tense person holding a knife. Never works out well for you. Not that I would know. Would you like to hold it? Sure, I'll check it out. Yuri carefully hands me the knife with the handle facing me. I take it and turn it around in my hands. It feels heavy and extremely solid. Where do you even get a knife like this? Curious of its sharpness, I feel the point of the knife with my index finger. Ow! Gee, dude, you're not supposed to touch the tip. Why did you do that? I didn't expect it to be that sharp. I barely touched it at all. It's my fault. I should have warned you. This knife is extremely sharp. It can cut through skin like it's paper. Oh no. A small drop of blood trickles down the side of my finger. Yuri takes my hand and gives the wound a closer look. She stares at it and noticeably fidgets. If you're squeamish, I'll go wash it off now. Without warning, Yuri puts my finger in her mouth and licks the wound. I feel her tongue curl around my finger. Startled, I instinctively pull back my hand back. Oh, please forgive me. I wasn't thinking. What is up with Yuri? Yuri lowers her head, her fur's burning up. Yuri? That's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. Yeah, she's definitely something. Vampire. Big boobs? Yep. She's actually the vampire from Resident Evil Village. Confirmed. How can I do something like that? Oh my goodness. Come on. There we go. Okay. How can I do something like that? Yes, this is indeed the prequel. Or the sequel, depending on what happens to her in that game. Who knows? I'm sorry. Sure, it was a little weird and it took me by surprise, but I guess she was just trying to help, right? He will say anything to convince him that it's not weird to hook up with this girl. Yuri, I think you're overreacting a little. She doesn't lift her head. What if she doesn't recover from this for the rest of the afternoon? Alright, you know what? This might be a stupid thing to do, but I do it anyway. I take Yuri's hand and lick her index finger in return. What did that do? Gee, dude, did you really just do that? Now we're even. Kinda. She licked her blood, though. And, like, sucked it. Yuri just looks at me like I did something wrong. Ha 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 ha! I knew that would be a bad idea. If not for the sweet aroma of the jasmine oil, the air would be extremely heavy right now. You're so weird, G-Dude. Yuri giggles shyly. This is the start to the world's worst porn video. Hey, if we open that magazine or that drawer again, maybe we can get some action. Yuri calling me weird? I'm offended. I have no response to that. Where do you keep your bandages? I don't think I need one, actually. It was a tiny cut. Look, I already stopped bleeding. I see. That's relieving. The tension is quickly lifted. We each resume our respective activities. I watch Yuri's knife cut through the ribbon like it's nothing but air. Meanwhile, I continue to make progress on the paper. After we finish attaching the paper to the ribbons, we lay them all side by side. It looks better than I expected and will be very effective as a door curtain. It looks great. Good thinking coming up with this, Yuri. Thanks. It's just something I saw online, really. Are you ready to move on to the next task? Yeah, let's do it. What do you have in mind? I'd like to create a banner. That's why I asked you to buy the paint tablets. Ah, that's right. One of the items Yuri asked me to buy was a kit of watercolor paint tablets. We'll need about 6 cups of water to put each of the tablets in. Do you mind fetching those for us? Of course not. 6 cups of water. I'll be right back in a minute. Yeah, no, my brain can't wrap around this game. How do we go from, like, the saddest thing I've ever felt in a video game to licking blood off your finger? Thank you very much. Oh, and just a little bit of water is okay. If you fill the cups too much, it'll be too diluted. Taking Yuri's advice, I decided to use small plastic bathroom cups rather than full-size glasses. I put them on a plate to catch any paint that drips, then bring it back into my room. Yuri? Yes. I come to see Yuri quickly unrolling her sleeve, pulling it back over her arm. Nothing. Your face is a little red. Is it too hot in here or anything? No, not at all. There's nothing wrong, so let's mix the paint. Yuri hurriedly dismisses me and takes it upon herself to unwrap the tablets, dropping them into the cups. So, I thought we would do something simple that would look very nice. I'd like to paint a gradient across the banner, starting with the colors for a sunrise, then daytime, then sunset and nighttime. Once it dries, I'll write any inspirational quote across the banner. We can hang it on the wall behind the podium at the front of the classroom. Ah, neat! What are we going to write? Well, it'll be more fun to surprise you. Yuri smiles at me. If you say so. After rolling out the banner, Yuri and I kneel on opposite sides so we don't get in the way of each other. Yuri uses a brush and adds a few dots of different colors across the banner to serve as a color guide when we paint. This kind of reminds me of elementary school. Painting on a banner with watercolors feels a lot like the art class projects we had back then. It's relaxing. I'm sorry it feels too childish. No, I didn't mean that at all. It's kind of fun, you know? Yeah, it is fun. I have to wonder if Natsuki actually may have been a less bizarre choice than Yuri now. Starting to think that too, and be. It's I guessed from the beginning that she would end up being like the freakiest of the bunch, but I don't know. It's I mean, maybe if I baked with Natsuki that she would kind of ease up a little bit in her craziness. But yeah, no, Yuri's interesting. I'm glad you feel that way too. Yuri stops painting for a moment, thinking to herself. For me, I don't need to go out and do crazy things to have fun. In fact, I usually don't even want to. I just like when I can spend time with one other person. Even it's something simple like reading. It doesn't even matter if we don't talk much. Just having a friend next to me makes things feel a little bit nicer. I think that's all it takes for me to be happy. Is that so? Even if Yuri and I are quite different, I can understand where she's coming from. I feel that way about things like anime and games, where simply sharing the experience with someone can make me happy. I think I feel the same way. Yuri smiles gently. I knew you'd understand. Yuri leans over the banner to grab an unused paintbrush, but I move at the same time, causing my head to bump into hers. Sorry. Yuri reels back, and I quickly lift my hands in surprise. Are you hurt? No, I'm not hurt. It just startled me, that's all. Sorry, I should have asked you to get it for me. It's not your fault. Your face. There are droplets of paint on Yuri's face and neck. Is there something on my face? Yeah, I actually got some paint on you. Sorry, it's totally my fault. I'll get a towel right away. I rush out and fetch a small towel, then I dampen it with hot water. I return to my room and kneel back down in front of her. Here. I pat down Yuri's face and neck with a towel. Is something wrong? It's hot. I just didn't expect it. Sorry. I didn't want to use cold water. Having finished, I started to retract my hand, but Yuri suddenly holds my wrist. Wait. Just a little longer. It feels really nice. I keep my hand still against Yuri's neck. She looks into my eyes. It's an intense expression that I recognize from when she reads her books. Almost as if she's lost in a daze, enveloped by her own thoughts. She breathes gently, half through slightly parted lips. What is happening? Is it the aroma of the jasmine oil giving me this dizzy feeling? Yuri's gentle fingers wrapped around my wrist send a tingling sensation through my arm, and suddenly her face seemed to be much closer to mine than it was just a moment ago. She's definitely BDSM. Yeah. I'm scared where this is about to go. She slowly pulls away. Sorry. I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. I didn't mean to space out. It's fine. Oi, she is a little cuckoo. The moment is over as soon as it began. Yuri picks up her brush again, but her movements seem clumsier, like she's unstable to focus. I remain silent, forced to ignore the event that just transpired. I hesitantly retrieve my own brush and continue following Yuri's example. That should do it! I finish filling the night sky with white dots that look like stars. Looking at the banner as a whole, it's very pretty and natural looking. I think it came out better than I expected. I'm really happy with the results. Yeah, me too. Are you going to add the lettering now? Not yet. It needs to dry first. That's true. But won't that take a while? Well, perhaps it would be best to leave it here and have you bring it in the morning. I can do the lettering in the classroom before our event starts. Is that okay? That's totally fine. Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything more for us to do here. Phew. You say that like you're glad it's over. Was I wrong to assume that you were at least enjoying yourself a little bit? Oh no, it's not that. I'm just glad we managed to get everything done. I see. I am too. I was a little concerned about time. I need to start making dinner soon. Ah, so you don't have any time left? I was secretly hoping we would have extra time after finishing the work. Well, Yuri thinks to herself, I think it'd be too irresponsible of me to wait much longer. I'm sorry. I was hoping there would be more time as well. It's probably my fault. Sorry for being such a slow worker. No, it's not your fault at all. And the important thing is that we got everything done, right? Yeah. So, I shouldn't be disappointed or anything. Gathering all her things, Yuri seems to look a little downcast. I understand why. It sounded like she rarely gets the opportunity to spend time with friends in a relaxed environment. But that doesn't mean that this is the last time it can happen. At least she seems a bit more comfortable with you, slowly coming out of her shell. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that she is becoming her own human being, for better or worse, and I don't know how many more opportunities we'll have to actually hang out with her, because we're still trying to cheer up Sayori over there. Once Yuri packs up, I walk her out of the front door. Thank you very much for having me today. No problem, I'm glad I was able to help. Just let me know if there's anything else you need me to bring tomorrow. I will. Well then, Yuri fidgets. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Wait! I kind of say that without thinking. About today. It's fine that we didn't have as much time as we wanted, because we can do this again. Whenever you want. You can come over, or we can go out somewhere. Or I forgot you don't like going out much. As I stumble over my words, Yuri simply smiles bashfully. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, so... You're very thoughtful, G-Dude. Yuri takes a step closer to me, then briefly squeezes my hand. I kind of like that about you. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? But I don't even get the chance to, as Yuri suddenly pulls back. Sayori. Huh? Hi, G-Dude! Sayori! Just now we weren't... Hee. It's okay, G-Dude. I just stopped by to say hi. Well, it's nice to see you. I'm sorry, but I'm already on my way to leave. Oh, really? That's too bad. I'm sorry, but we'll all be together at the festival tomorrow, so that's fine, right? Of course! Sayori beams. Yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow. Clearly embarrassed, Yuri hurries off. Sayori waves goodbye after her. Sayori? I thought you didn't want to come over today.
Oh, well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me. So I had to come here and see it for myself.
See what? What are you talking about?
You know, how much fun you were having with Yuri, and how close you got to her. It makes me really happy.
Yeah, that's super awkward. Oh, man. I mean, Sayori, it meant nothing. She licked my blood. Trust me, I'm still choosing you, girl.
Hey, you've been such good friends. That's all that matters to me.
Tears start to fall down Sayori's face.
That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, G-Dude? Am I supposed to be happy for you? Why does it feel like my heart is split in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I could just disappear.
Sayori, don't say that.
It's true, G-Dude. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have had to waste your sympathy on me.
Oh my gosh. I know. No, it's not good. It's okay, Sayori. It's okay. I want to give you a big old kiss.
You don't have to be selfish. Monica was right. I should just...
Monica? Monica was right about what? Sayori, what I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain.
But...
Sayori looks away. I put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her.
I'm scared, G-Dude. I'm really scared.
What are you scared of, Sayori?
I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me.
Sayori?
It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. G-Dude, I like you so much that I want to die.
Oh. G-Dude, I swear to God.
That's how I feel. And...
That's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all of your own feelings, I know you need the most right now. I know what you need the most right now, and that's what I'm going to give to you. Yes! Okay, wow, okay. Well, we are going to love her. Whew. I love you. Those are my true feelings. So there's no way you could like me more than I like you. I should have realized it sooner. But spending time with everyone at the club, making new friends, and having fun with you every day, it helped me realize that you are truly the most important person to me. Whew. We're good. Yeah, he's not doing bad right now. You didn't screw it up. You didn't screw it up. All you had to do was give me the ring. You know, steer this in the right direction here. That's why I'll accept any of your burdens. As long as we continue like this every day, with you by my side, then I know we'll both be happy.
G-Dude.
Suddenly, Sayori wraps her arms tightly around me.
G-Dude, is this really okay?
Yeah. I hold Sayori in my arms and pull her closer. You'll never have to let go of me again.
I love you, G-Dude. I want to be with you forever.
Me too. I feel Sayori's grip around me weaken a little bit.
What is this?
Sayori?
I'm supposed to be happy right now. I always thought this would be the happiest moment for me. But why? Even now? Why won't the rain clouds go away? They're not going away at all, G-Dude.
It's okay, Sayori. It may take some time for things to get better again. But no matter how long it takes, I'll be there every step of the way. That's all that matters right now.
Okay, I trust you.
Sayori and I slowly release each other. So, guess that makes the festival tomorrow our first date, huh?
What are you saying? I don't want to think about those things, you know? I want everything to be the same as it always has been. Even if we really are a couple. I don't know if I can handle anything more right now. It's really new and scary to me.
I understand. We'll go at whatever pace suits you best.
Hey, G-Dude.
Sayori gazes at me once again, smiling sadly.
Even if I get really, really sad, this is the best thing for me, right?
I don't really understand what Sayori means by that. Oh, I am going to hold on to her so damn tight. You don't even know, Little Bighorner. I will throw Hina in front of a frickin' train to keep Sayori happy. And that's meaning a lot. She was my first waifu. Are you saying that this is making you feel sad, Sayori?
I don't know. I don't understand what I'm feeling. I felt like a bunch of thorns when you told me you love me. But that's why I want to trust you. You know what's best for me.
Yeah, I do. That's my promise. I say that, but in reality, I've never felt more uncertain when it comes to Sayori. I know that I love her, and she loves me, but I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feeling as she is. Even though can comfort her, I keep wondering if I should be doing something more, or something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back the way they were. Is that what Sayori meant by not wanting anything to change? I don't know. But I know that I'll give it everything I've got. Sayori is the most important person to me, and I'll do whatever it takes to have a happy future with her. Whew, okay, you know what? G-Dude has had a major turnaround this episode. It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently rolled it up to take with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. I still don't know how anybody could play this and say, alright, I want to bang Natsuki. Like I said, maybe if we decided to bake with her, that she would have a completely different side to her that was cute and charming, because that's what half of the prompts that make her bounce are like charm and stuff like that. So who knows? Maybe she would have been looser and flirty with the baking stuff. But who knows? I feel you right now. J-Dude, you're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny. I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that have all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You'd think that on days that's important, she'd try a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday, and I suddenly feel awful, knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. You know what? I gave him a compliment, said he turned another cheek, and then he says stupid shit like that. Oy, oy, oy. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking, but maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. Oh, you should take a little responsibility for her, G-Dude. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know? Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president after all. But at least he is becoming a self-aware D-bag. That is accurate. I have two sides. Side one, have ideas. Side two, I am hesitant to share my ideas. What are you hesitating with? But I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? That we're a couple now? I didn't really plan on bringing it up with anyone yet. Jeez, you don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. I don't like Monica right now. I'm scared. She's not supposed to know much. Just stuff. Monica is being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Yeah, no, I'm terrified of this broad right now. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desks. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. Yeah, Monica is psycho right now. I'm scared. I flip through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognize Natsuki's and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flip to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one that I haven't read before. Get out of my head, 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 get out of my head. Get out of my head, 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 get out of my head. Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. I don't like that at all. On a side note, nobody is going to want to join a literature club no matter how nice the pamphlets are. I mean, true. Top-notch poetry there. That really is some Edgar Allan Poe stuff. What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pin in my stomach. Jaded? What's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm gonna go get Sayori, so... well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself. Don't strain yourself! Monica calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to her school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs, and what I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer, since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I open the door and let myself in. Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. That really is something that a boyfriend would do, isn't it? In any case, I don't like where this is going. Yeah, Monica is revealing her real colors right now, and I don't like her. Yeah, no. He reads through, like in between the lines. He's very thorough with his literature. The club has taught him a lot. It just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori, wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? Has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best, and that everything will be okay. I don't like this at all. Then why? Why would she do this? Oh, why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Confessing to her? I shouldn't have confessed to her. That's not what Sayori needed at all. She even told me how painful it is for others to care about her. Then why did I confess to her and make her feel even worse? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and remained friends with her, like it always has been, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do can bring her back. Simon Barrels, you said it would be all happy times. Does this happen every time? It's okay, Sayori. It wasn't your fault. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. I had only one chance and I wasn't careful enough. Would it work? And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. Would resetting the game really make her come back to life? Even though I don't want to just be friends with her? I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. I know it is an awful ending. Never, 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 never. End. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. Good. Used to walk to school together like this, but starting. He's going to chase after me like this. I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh. Catch up to me. Oh my. Oh. It's an ordinary school day, like. I don't like the real game. I like the happy fun times when she just wrote poems about breakfast. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded couples, friend group, walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that, but I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just by the average while spending. Everything is broken. There's always an anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. The school day is ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them probably be too demanding for me to want to deal with them. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Monica? Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in the class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so gently feels a little... What did you come here for anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? It's Monokuma in disguise. Could be. Could be. I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that, I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I know. What happened? I'm so confused right now in what all is going on, but, you know, it's freaky. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make it something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know? Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. Right? He's got balls. That's a good question. I do not know who we're going to be hooking up with. Hey, she does seem fun, but she wasn't an option last time. But we'll see, you know? You know, she seems fine, right? Right? Maybe it was like the old one was kind of insane. You know, this one's fine. Right? Right? Did Monica say she? Hey, J-Dude. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but... In that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could, at the very least, visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? Yeah, the only normal one was Sayori up until she got super depressed and committed suicide. Oh, man, I really wish there was some way I could have helped her. Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Awesome! You're really sweet, J-Dude. You know that? It's nothing, really. Shall we go, then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. You never make a deal with Satan. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back, and I brought a guest with me. A guest.
Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere.
Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, J-Dude. But for you went from cute to weird to sad to just straight up sickeningly depressing. I know. I miss Sayori already. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls.
So let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right?
What? No, I'm not. Natsuki, the girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Right? She's got nothing on Sayori. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. No, you're not, Yuri. You're a wannabe. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into Jita in a classroom and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great?
Wait, Monica, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know.
Sorry, I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, G-Dude? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Natsuki looks close-ish to Sayori, I guess. No. Yeah, apparently she is just straight up gone, because she said 3 people so far, which would exclude her, and now Yuri is the president, which is what Sayori used to be. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events, like the festival, that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki?
Well, I guess.
Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table, carrying his tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I know, this game is insane. So, who am I going after now? Because Sayori died, and so I guess I'm stuck with these three. And I don't even know if she's an option. If Monika's an option. Though I'm more terrified of Monika now. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Dude, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, you suppose, Yuri? She sucks blood off fingers. But Natsuki's Natsuki. Ugh. Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. True. Anne is obsessed with knives. In a creepy game, it may be wise to stay away from Yuri. Yeah, but same end, let's see how batshit crazy she can go off the deep end before Monika cuts her out of our lives too. Maybe with her own knife set. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? So this is like similar context to what was our first level before, or our first read through of things, with like minor changes, basically all the Sayori parts getting cut out and having to get slightly replaced. So, like, I can kind of jump through this a little quicker, probably. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to in the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, I just... Piece of advice. If dialogue is exactly the same, you can skip at the bottom. It'll skip all the dialogue up to new stuff. Natsuki's eyes dart over to me in a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud. And give it back. Fine. You can only skip dialogue you read on previous playthrough, so it can be useful. Okay. That is good to know. Scrap out means you're listening to new dialogue. I mean, because she was the one who left the poem, and now we're going to have the idea to write poems, and she's going to get all bitchy about, Natsuki, you write your own poems? Oh, well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. I wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Gotcha. That makes sense. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Well, let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I mean, I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monica. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. I know, well, but it's not the same. Sayori was a light. It's very creepy. Is it whoever girl we end up with, does she end up getting killed off somehow? Is that how these playthroughs work? Is Monica just a devil person? Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, G-Dude? Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? I still haven't accepted to be in the club. Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly came forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I wanted to join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made my decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought... The girls exchange glances before Monica turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, J-Dude. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, J-Dude? Yeah. It can be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment.
I mean, if you really just left after all this, I'd be super pissed.
J-Dude, I'm so happy. I mean, I could try pursuing Monica, but I mean, I guess we can see if she's actually an option this time. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. J-Dude, I look forward to seeing you how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. This will be interesting, because before we would always be like, well, Sayori's a bit dumb and naive, so at least I won't be the only one who looked dumb. But now it's like, we have the first year who is intelligent, but obviously younger, so probably not as divine writing. And then like 2 very smart people. So now we feel inferior. So that'll be interesting. Did I depart the club? Oh man, usually we'd be talking to Sayori on our way home. Did I depart the club room and make my way home? The whole way my mind wanders back and forth between the 3 girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Yes. Oh! I don't like that. Nope. Okay, so it's just these 2. So I guess... Oy, oy, oy. Oh, now the suicide thing seems even worse. Yeah, I didn't like that at all. I'm really terrified with all of the things that she jumps over, man. Like, they're all so sad words. Okay, I only made Natsuki jump twice, so we should be doing pretty good. Poems matter a lot because... Okay. Hi, Ganji, dude. Something went wrong. Did it crash? Okay. Says it's fine. Okay. Sorry, like, it crashed for a moment on my screen, so I was scared that it died. But as long as you guys are seeing it, I'll press on. Okay. Okay. Hi, Ganjida. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I can keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Oh. Thanks for keeping your promise, G-Dude. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
Oh, come on. Like it deserves it. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
Natsuki certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Manga is literature.
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, G-Dude. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Okay, we're gonna say empty slot. Did it just kill it entirely? We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read. Well, I can't really say no either way. Right? What the heck? Because I was going to save it as a different file so that way I can, like, kind of tweak it the first one a little bit, see if there was any way that I could possibly change the outcome, but now I won't know that. We press forward. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. I think was the last of it. It's crashing now? No. But it's going... It's so weird. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... I don't like that her eye is just not where it's supposed to be. That's the book that you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious how How come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, and that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. Oh, I'm just not supposed to talk about it? Okay. If you say so. I'm trying to figure out why it keeps, like, crashing. Because, like, according to my OBS, everything's going good. Like, according to OBS, I've only dropped, like, 1,900 frames, which is 0.4%. So it must be a YouTube problem if it's crashing for other people. Because I know I have to keep refreshing. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about, anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. It's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them too. Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. I like that she has to clarify. No. It's definitely the book that I'm into, not dismembering people. But I'm also a knife person. Of course, it couldn't be a happy book. Not the thing about the limbs. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, good job, bud. You're picking that up so quick. Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a very nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. This girl and Matt would get along great. Oh my gosh, I should get Matt to play this game. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, D-Dude? No, I'm not. No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. Okay, so do you guys want me to kind of save and stop now if this is a YouTube problem and it's this choppy, or do you want me to keep going? I'll be happy either way. I don't want you guys to feel like you're getting cheated out of some Doki. She's so sad, yeah, I already read that. It's just this kind of story. It's the kind that challenges you to look at life through a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Sayori? Is that you from the grave? Okay. It's not you. But it's been clear for the most part. Okay, I'll keep going then. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts. What was that? I didn't even click. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people, so I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange, and please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but what are you saying? Let me just get the book. Quickly retrieve the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Oh, just let me know if I'm distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just bathing in the... I don't like the black text that comes up. Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Aha. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to open the book. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah, I do the same with my right arm, on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page, and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it slips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me, as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Ah, sorry. Yes, boobs distracted me. Yeah, I wonder that too. But I'm going to see how this one plays out a little bit, and then maybe we can start a new game real quick and see if it's... Because it was really creepy right away, so we'll be able to know. Sorry, I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each other almost feels like an intimate exchange. Turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side. She catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that. That's what you were thinking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get to that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Breathing is a little... My breathing... Yuri puts her hands on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Jaded? Did something happen just now? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything? Sorry, I can't say I do. Yeah, well, 'cause we dumb. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I'm just gonna kill that bitch. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd just get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. But I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. Right? It would be romantic if it wasn't so disturbing. I mean, we don't know that Yuri is into knives yet, or that she sucks blood off of your bleeding finger. So, you know, she's cool at the moment, right? And that was actually a cute exchange.
Dude, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home.
What? Harsh.
What? You expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid?
I'm not a writer! Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about?
Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again.
Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess.
Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine too now. Knowing you probably think it's stupid.
Eagles can fly. Okay, so this is the exact same poem. So monkeys can climb, crickets leap, horses, owls can see, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yep.
Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. It's like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write it about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
Oh, right. Thank you for reminding me. I forgot. Hi, J-Dude. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Thank you for the reminder. I completely forgot about that skip button. Because I'm just so used to having it technically be new dialogue that it didn't really pop in my head. Let's see. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going off the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ha! Don't worry, J-Dude. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon.
Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Good job, dude. I was going oh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it works anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier, I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yay! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Already. I'm sorry for being late. No need for apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Confused, I frantically glance at my surroundings. But my burned eyes no longer see color. Are there colors in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? They sound frantic, scrawling. Playing tricks on my ears, the room begins to crinkle. Closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates. Before it reaches my lungs, I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. So that was a new poem. At least I don't remember it. So what do you think? It's very freeform. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. And yada yada. Yep, Yuri. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. I skipped it. I skipped it. Because, I don't know, the poem didn't sound familiar, so I wasn't sure if it was new context or not, but we good. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What I'm getting so nervous for. Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Ugh. You know, I've written a few poems in the last playthrough before my chick died and it ended. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. I think I'd like her if this game wasn't this. You said it would be sunshine and rainbows and there was nothing freaky. You lied to me, Simon Barrels. This is actually my first time, really. Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words of the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having... It's nothing really. Yours is impressive, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so? Yeah, of course. No, I was really nervous about doing all this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, G-Dude. Me too. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clear. What about the feeling I'm giving up? How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. People did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Gigi too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all,
excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And G-Dude liked my poem too, you know. Oh, so it's my fault for licking her finger. Okay. He even told me he was impressed by it. Tsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that G-Dude appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
How do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? And you... Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
You know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs majorly criticized as soon as G-Dude started showing up.
Natsuki. I'm Natsuki, that's a little. This doesn't involve you.
It doesn't involve you.
Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki.
Look who's talking, you wanna be edgy, bitch?
Edgy. Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend.
Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know?
If you don't want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute. The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Hoo-hoo! Burn! Oh gosh. I don't like how far this is escalating because Sayori would have stopped this by now.
Well, be careful, or you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you?
Whew! Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the F is wrong with your head?
Yeah, go on. Let you do your everything you really think. I'm sure it'll be head over heels for you after this.
Suddenly Yuri turns toward me as if she just noticed I was standing here. G-Dude, she's trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it.
How did I not, like, agree with you? So, oh, gosh. Yuri, because Natsuki sucks. Ugh! Hi, Monica. Hey, dude. Why don't we step outside for a little bit, okay? Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. Oh my gosh. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri's rocking back and forth on her desk, her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki, or did. Gee, dude, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. You know, you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Oh my god, is she about to get, Thanos snapped out of this? I know, it's so creepy. Oh my goodness. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can come home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around or something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with G-Dude. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but I really appreciate... Well, okay. I guess that's a thing. Ugh. No. Anger? Nope. That wasn't right. Tragedy. Yeah, that sounds like you. Imagination, philosophy. Spies? Yeah. Yeah. Journey. Graveyard, yep. That totally goes right up in your disaster, yep. Crazier the better, alone, yep. Judgment, that sounds about right, yep. Death, totally, yep. Intellectual, yep. I don't know, none of these really sound like a wow. Nope, that was wrong. Beauty, yep. My lord. She jumps for massacre. That's craziness. Right? Okay, Monica, let's see how you can cock block me today. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. So probably what I'll do is I'll finish up with this dialogue, and then once we're getting all ready for the next poem, I'll probably call it a stream since I still gotta get up for work tomorrow. And then hopefully YouTube will correct itself and it's not a big issue tomorrow. Or whenever I stream again. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Welcome back, G-Dude. Ah, hi, Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's expression, but the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little. Yuri glances over her shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki is reading manga at a desk, and surprisingly, Monica isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room. About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before, and something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri, I'm happy that you were considerate and apologized. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here for a couple days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I'd already decided that there's no way you can be a bad person. It's not even letting you look at subscriptions anymore. And other times it crashes. It's creepy how the game stops working once Travis gets to the creepy part of this game. Yeah, it's... Okay. Let's see, so... If it's being that buggy, you want me just to stop now so that way we don't lose any dialogue? Because I don't want it to have it go completely, you know, have you guys miss stuff just because it's choppy and I wanted to get through a little more. The whole fun of this is to actually get the story, so if it's choppy and no one's getting the story, it's not really worth it. Plus, with how buggy it is, it's saying that there's no viewers right now as the chat gets updated, so YouTube clearly doesn't have a clue what's going on right now. Wait, you wonder if it's working now? I don't see buffering at the moment. Okay. Well, if it starts going crazy again... I'll just kind of stop it where I'm at so that way people don't lose off of things. Because I obviously don't want you guys to get left out of the story. Okay. I'd already decided that there's no way you're a bad person. Buffered again, but less so than 5 minutes ago. Maybe I'll just call it a night now then, and hopefully next time I stream, YouTube figures itself out. Because it's already 10:15 for me anyway, so it's getting a little late. So I'll just exit out of here, and let's see, actually, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted, so, main menu, yes. You know, it's okay. Oh my gosh, it's so creepy. Okay, let's see. So if I hit new game, ordinary school day like any other, morning usuals, learning couples, guard me well, school, and yep. Sayori never happened. Still creepy. Well, we at least got through whatever the heck happened to Sayori. So, next time I stream, hopefully we can get through a lot more progress. My guess is whoever I choose, she's gonna get killed off, and then we'll kill off the last of the people, and then it'll just be one really creepy thing with Monica at the end. That's my guess anyway. Could be wrong, but I have a feeling I'm right. But yeah, if YouTube's being this stupid, it's probably best for us to come back to this another time. And like I said, it's already getting late for me, and I should probably be getting myself to bed. So it's probably YouTube just telling me to call it quits. But thanks for joining, everybody. I had a real good time. Hopefully it won't be too long. We'll see what tomorrow looks like. I might hop on for a stream. We'll see. If not tomorrow, then sometime next week I'll stream again. But thanks for joining. I had a lot of fun. I'm really upset about what happened with Sayori, but we push forward. Bye, everyone.